then we got the 71 Duster. It's, as of this taping, it's on eBay, but it ends in like 5 hours.
Oh, okay.
Slant 6, California, really solid car. But
are there already bids on it?
yeah.
Okay, so it'll go.
Hopefully. It hasn't been reserved.
Oh, okay.
Just a slant 6 car, but it's about as virgin as you can get, really. I mean, it's ready for you to do whatever you want.
Right. Got a little rust there. The
Got
cow.
a couple little weird spots. It's not bad.
Gotta love the early tail lights.
70, 71 are the best.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. Very cool. What's your, I don't know if I should ask you what the reserve is, but what?
I think, well, I'd like $4,000 out of the car. That's what it originally sold for, except for it had another non-pay bidder.
Okay.
Well, it sold for 42. I was hoping for 4, but if it doesn't sell this time and somebody wants it, I'd let it go for like $3,500. Has a title, ready to go.
Yeah, and everything's here. You don't have to go run down a bunch of parts, other than if you want to make it a performance car and, you know, put your drivetrain in it, get an 8 3/4.
If you want to just put like a 340, 360, 318, whatever in there, and just do all the suspension and everything, it looks cool enough that you can just have a ratty, awesome little car. And I'd do something with the interior just because it's nasty, but
yeah,
it's
no, it's got nice patina on it. Because I mean, how often do you get a car that has original paint that's this nice?
The other nice thing about original paint is you can see what it is.
Yeah, nothing's being hidden here. This car is an honest car. It's even got the original hubcaps on there.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna go, you got a restored original. If you should bid on it and buy it and do that.
Restore it however you want.
Right. They've got a more door.
Yeah, 68. It is a 273 car, and it's complete.
Okay.
Undecided on what's happening with that car. I have somebody that wants it, but
Some rust.
we'll see.
I mean, it would be a perfect parts car. You know,
Perfect sleeper being that it's a V8.
that too. I mean, I like 4-doors, especially nowadays, because they used to be parts cars, but now you don't see them anymore, and it's like I have a hard time parting them out if I had one that was pretty decent, you know. And I would definitely drive it. We got Dorothy. Our car's a 4-door. She's fun. This one's got a lot of cancer in the back, but yeah, either way.
It's a little rough, but it's cool.
Yeah, definitely. A Mustang. Oh, so if this were gonna go for sale, well, if your friend didn't buy it,
Probably in the 3 range.
$3,000 range.
Just because it's complete. It was a running, driving car until the spark plug wires got tore off. Like, I don't know why. It looks like somebody reached in and grabbed them and ripped them all off.
Oh wow.
So it just needs a tune-up. I mean, I'm gonna do all that anyway. I just haven't yet.
Okay. And what engine did you say?
273.
Okay.
So,
Cool.
then this, I just traded a Firebird straight up for this.
We got to say what year Firebird, because
81 Firebird straight up for 73 Mach 1. And I mean, I don't really care for either of them.
yeah.
But I do think that the 73 Mach 1 is way better than the 81 Firebird.
Oh yeah, I definitely.
Kind of has that original Eleanor feel to it.
Yes.
It does have a Cleveland in it. And the guy started doing a bunch of work, but
Oh yeah, look at that.
he wanted the Firebird for some reason, so let him have the Firebird.
Yeah.
I didn't want the Firebird. Didn't really want this, but
But in place of a Firebird,
Yeah.
definitely worth it. Somebody out there loves this Mustang, I'm sure. And sticker price on this?
no, undecided.
Undecided. Okay, unknown. And then right next door, we've got.
This is a 72 Satellite Sebring original TB3 blue. That is not petty blue.
I love calling it petty blue just to piss you off, because I know you hate it.
I know. There's so many people that do. It is called like Basin Street blue, not petty blue. I don't even care if you call it shit blue. It's not petty blue. But anyway, this car is sold. It's gonna be.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna be built, and
It's got rally dash in it.
yeah, it's actually a pretty cool car. I believe it was the original big block car.
Oh,
and
wow.
It's gonna be a big block again. So anybody that watches my channel probably saw that 67 New Yorker. Sorry, 68 New Yorker.
Yeah.
67,000 original miles. You know, super clean Survivor.
Yeah.
Well, I tried to sell it multiple times. I had it at Matt's trying to sell it. I had it on eBay multiple times. Nobody wanted to pay anything for it.
What were you selling it for?
I had a $5,000 price tag.
He actually has video of it just sitting there idling, just purring like a kitten.
Running, driving car. Well, he wanted, this belongs to a guy named Hashim. He wanted a 383 or 440 in it. And, well, 67,000 original mile, 440 with 727 and everything to put air conditioning back in there.
Yeah.
So this sweet, clean Survivor is a parts car.
Damn.
And I mean, rust-free. That is a gorgeous car, but as much as people say save them, save them, save them, if you're not willing to pay anything for them.
Yeah, and I'd like to say too, you guys, you know, people tell Jeremy all the time, you gotta save it, but Jeremy's not a millionaire. He can't save all these cars. He can't restore them all. He's got a few he's plucked out and saved, but yeah, if you guys feel very strongly about saving these cars, the best way you could do that is by buying it yourself and restoring it yourself, if you believe in it that much.
Well,
but
and be real with your prices. I try to be real with my price. That was a running, driving 67,000 mile big block car.
Yeah.
For $5,000. It needed paint and carpet. That's it.
Yeah.
That's good tires even.
I even like the patina. I would have just polished what was there and just rolled it.
Even the chrome's not bad.
Yeah.
But, you know, I try to save any car that we can save. I try to get it to somebody that will.
Yeah.
But they've got to be real as well, because they're still just parting them out. And I'll show you a perfect example of that in just a minute.
Yeah.
And it's going to make you guys sick, I promise. Anyway.
Yeah.
They're still worth money in parts, regardless of what people feel they're worth.
Yeah.
They're still worth money in parts for those that need the parts.
Absolutely. Now, so this guy's buying the drivetrain. Do you already had a buyer on the body?
So it's going to make everybody sick again. You know, this is a hobby. You're supposed to do it for enjoyment, right?
Yeah.
But too many people put the monetary value, which I understand, but they put the monetary value ahead of the enjoyment and the fun.
Yeah.
Well, there's a group out there that don't, and they think
it's all fun.
Have fun.
They don't care about the car. It's all fun.
It's a hobby and it's an enjoyment.
Yeah.
And I'm getting $1,500 for that rust-free body to be derbied. If they're willing to come pay that money and hand you cash and walk away, and I get to keep all the trim and everything.
That was going to be my next question. If there's somebody in there that has a 66 New Yorker that needs 68, sorry, needs taillights, needs certain parts,
interior.
all that stuff is available.
Yep, all that's available, and I understand it makes me sick too because it's too complete.
Right. But he can't sit on them forever. He can't own all of them. Yeah, I understand, dude.
You know, I got to put the money back into other cars.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, well, moving along to like one of my most favorite cars you have here. I wish I had some extra money because I would totally buy this car.
So this.
But I have this car. I actually have this car.
Yours is green, isn't it?
No, the original color on it was B7 blue.
Oh, so it's darker. That's
darker, yeah. But my buddy John Jones, he two-toned it, so it's petty blue. It's petty blue on the top, or it's that whatever he called this color, corporate blue,
or Basin Street, I believe.
Yeah, Basin Street, whatever. He painted it that blue on the top, and then he painted it black on the sides. And he shaved the door handles on it, which, you know, I don't care for, but the car is originally a 383 4-barrel car.
That's cool.
Yeah, which is really cool. But this one actually has its drivetrain in it. This one is very close. It runs and drives. And I know it needs a little TLC, right, to be like jump in it and drive it anywhere. But
I mean, I would go through all the brakes and everything. But so I actually did just sell this one. It sold on eBay, I think, for $8,500.
okay.
This is another car that there were a lot of people that were like, it's not worth that, blah, blah. Dude, it's a 70 Coronet. Do you guys know how much 70 Coronet fenders go for?
Oh yeah, the fenders on this car are probably worth more than the rest of the car.
It goes back to the whole thing of like a lot of people don't want to pay what a car's worth because they don't realize how much the parts are worth. And as crappy as it is to part some of the cars out, they're still worth what they're worth.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And like for instance, that whole front clip, and I know a lot of people are gonna joke or laugh and think I'm crazy, but if I was to pull that whole front clip off, that's the correct fenders and hood for a Superbird.
Yep.
That's a $5,000 to $6,000 front sheet metal just by itself.
Yep.
So,
So
it's not $19.99 anymore. You know, you got to be real. I know people don't want to pay. I don't want to pay what I have to pay for these cars.
Yeah.
But I also understand the market.
Yeah.
And whether you want to or not, that's what it is.
And they're not going down.
No.
Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on if you're an owner or a buyer, they are continuing to skyrocket up, and they're getting harder and harder to find. Like, it is impossible to find fenders for this car, or for Superbird, or for Super B, or Coronet. Yeah, I think that's a great price, especially for a running, driving car. I mean, geez, I love it, and I love the roof rack. Unfortunately, mine is not a roof rack car. I wish it was. My buddy John loves the fact that it wasn't a roof rack car, but you gotta have a roof rack with a wagon, you know.
Brady Bunch feel.
Yeah, absolutely.
Another really cool thing about this car, if you're into automotive pop culture, especially like Southern California automotive pop culture, it's an original Cal Worthington car.
Oh, so, the California guys.
Go see Cal.
Yeah, I'd have put a clip of that right here in the video.
Where he's like riding on top of the bike lane.
If you want more for your trade, go see Cal. Better deals are never made. Go see Cal. If you need a car, truck, if you want to save a buck, if you want to change.
Commercials. Yeah, the guy was crazy. He was a total showman.
Or he's got a tiger laying on the roof of the hood of the car.
He's had his big cowboy hat.
Yeah. Dang, man.
Then next to that, we've got a 72, also TB3 blue, not petty blue.
Not petty blue.
Duster.
That's
V8 3-speed car.
Oh, okay. What, 318? V8?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. It might have been a 7. Let me check. No, G code. So yeah, it was a 318.
Okay.
So this car, it's kind of being worked a trade deal right now, so it's not available at the moment.
Okay.
But it's pretty solid. It's out of Texas.
Okay.
You may recognize it from Matt's 2022.
Is that where you bought it? Okay. I do remember. I remember seeing the car and I was like, oh, that's not a bad deal. And then I talked to you shortly after that and you're like, oh, I just bought that Duster.
Yeah. I didn't want to come back with an empty trailer. You ever hauled an empty enclosed trailer home through the desert? It's not fun.
Yeah. No, that's one of those things you do one way, not two ways. So you got to come back with something. Well, it looks like it's pretty solid. I mean, there's a lot of missing parts on it, I could see.
There's a lot of missing parts, but thankfully to my junkyard, that we'll go through here a little bit.
Yeah. God. And we're back. All right, so there's the parts inventory or project car availability.
No, those ones are pretty much all parts.
Are they really?
Yeah,
is there anything out there that can be, like, it's titled, or are these cars all...
The white Duster could be. The blue 73 Satellite theoretically could be. However, I've tried to sell that a couple times. Nobody wants it.
Jeez.
And then there's a black Fury over here that we'll talk about. And the Gremlin, the Imperial. So some of the stuff on the back wall. But for the most part, that's all actual parts.
Okay. So we'll go through this. Assume every car in here is just being parted out. So if you see parts you need...
I'll say otherwise. And
then Jeremy will say otherwise if it can be saved or not. What's with the power ram?
That's my yard truck. So it runs and drives.
Nice. Very cool.
It's pretty beat up, but...
Oh, it's perfect for a yard truck and four-wheel drive, and you get snow out here, so it's perfect for that. Coronet, what's the story on that?
66 Coronet 500. It is a parts-only car due to the VIN tag being missing, unfortunately.
Oh, man.
Had a title and everything. I sent the title in, but Unfortunately, the VIN tag just was missing. So,
Wow.
So yeah, it's parts. Anything on it you see is available except for the rear axle. So.
Okay. Well, we got a lot of interior parts here. Got some rust. Here you go. All right, let's start at the duster.
Actually, let's start here.
Start here.
Oh,
yeah.
I promised to make people sick.
Yeah.
So I've got to follow through with that promise.
They're gonna love this.
So this fabulous piece right here, even though it doesn't have the right hood, this is a real 340 4-speed car. It's complete. It runs. I actually just did a big burnout over there and got in trouble today. It's basically all original, other than the hood. But you can see 340, correct manifolds, correct air filter, all that good stuff.
Man.
And it is a real 4-speed. Has all the cool like torque boxes and everything underneath.
Well,
this fabulous machine is going to be parted out. It's pretty rusty. Like,
yeah.
It needs frame rails, and you know it's bad. So
I mean, this car would need like everything from AMD. Just kind of a bummer. Oh, we got like a see-through here.
And it's worse underneath.
Is it?
Yeah, it's pretty bad. So, and it's green. Everybody always complains green's not. Anyway, it's green. So
yeah.
Who cares, right? So yeah, like I said, some of these cars are just worth way more in parts than they are as a whole. And this, unfortunately, is one of them because it's a really cool car. And 340 4-speed or 340 swingers are one of my absolute favorite cars. So
yeah,
it is sad for me to do that, but it's just not, it's not economical to build it. So
now you mentioned something, and if I'm not allowed to say that, we could cut this out. But you were talking about saving another car using this car.
Well, just watch my channel in the future.
Okay, all right. So it's not all lost. Just watch Jeremy's channel and see what becomes.
That being said, yes, it's a parts car, but nothing's for sale.
There we go.
So
yeah,
we'll leave it at that for now. And check out this sweet metallic green floor mat that was in it.
That's flashback.
Look at the metallic in that. That is gorgeous. And as the boy kept finding vintage Wendy's stuff in it. So this car was last registered in 1991, so it's been off the road for 32 years.
Wow. Oh, here's all the finds, huh?
Yeah.
Tic Tac.
Haven't pulled the seat to see if there's a build sheet.
Book of Mormon. We are in Utah, so there's a lot of Mormon stuff here.
Oh, look at these sweet paddle locks. Look at that. Oh, that's an old master paddle lock. I think it was off somebody's locker.
Huh.
A13. Can't tell. It's always fun, the treasures you'll find.
Yeah. Is this a calculator?
Hey, look at that.
Look at that.
And the battery still kind of works.
Casio, yeah. We've got a little panel here for charging the battery. Very cool. And a watch?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that is old school. I think I had a watch similar to this at one time. Very cool.
So, but anyway, so yeah, just watch my channel in the future and you'll see what happens.
Yeah, and don't feel sad. I mean, it's all gonna go to a good cause.
Yeah.
In
Just
the
remember, in order to build a car, you need parts cars.
You do.
And
yeah, I mean that's a big deal because a lot of people. I mean, I feel it too, dude. Because I feel like this car is so special, it deserves to be saved, but there's no way I could afford to save it.
No.
And when you really think about it, there's probably, if you get to the point where you've got all the parts you need out of it and there's still stuff left over, I mean, you could be saving 2, 3, 5 other cars, you know. It does.
Well, and then you also look, so on the swingers in 69, there's a lot of like stupid little specific parts, such as the seats with these headrests. This is a 69 swinger specific headrest from what I understand. And so if you needed to restore a swinger, you've got to find that right seat. And so it's invaluable for stuff like this for certain other cars.
Right. Yep.
So,
very cool.
Yeah. So now we'll carry on. We'll probably just do a quick walkthrough.
Yeah. So you said that this is a what? A 74?
This is a 73 Duster. This one is available. Slant 6, engine's junk. You know, it's basically built at what you want.
This one has a title. This one can be saved.
Let's say $1,800. Come and get it.
Man.
So,
okay, we've got rust. You can see here, got a bunch of rust down in the quarters. But you know what? This is a duct tape drags candidate right here. This is perfect. I would not spend any money on it. I would just, you know, maybe practice on the quarter. Like if you don't have any experience and if you screw it up, who cares? Just make it a little nicer, put a bitchin' drivetrain in it, and have fun.
This is a 71 Dart. This thing's almost rust free. It's parts only. Everything on it is available except for the deck lid.
Okay.
So that's all. Anything. It's just a slant 6.
I actually had a 73 once, and I bought and traded. This guy had a 72, and he was selling something else. And I said, "Hey, is there any chance you're interested in selling that front clip?" And he goes, "Yeah, throw an offer." And I think I paid $300. Plus, I gave him my old 73 front clip, and I put a 72 on it. It made the car so much cooler looking. Cool car. Wish I kept it.
This is really, aside from the V8 K-frame, the spool mount one, and the disc brakes, and 8 1/4, this thing's pretty much junk. Undecided if I'm going to sell that stuff just yet, but if you need it, hit me up with a realistic offer.
So if somebody's like, I need that K-member, maybe they need some other parts, you're willing to sell the whole thing for...
I can't sell the whole car because it's...
Oh, this is title issues?
We are actual, like, real salvage yard and a real dealership. So a lot of these cars, the reasons I can't sell them is the title has to be sent into the state.
Oh, okay.
So we have dismantler's permit and stuff. Once that's done, unfortunately, the car's done. Again, we can't... I mean, that's what some of these cars are. They're just parts cars.
Yeah.
And people don't want to pay anything for them. And I know I say that a lot, but this is what I do every day. And I have to deal with a lot of people that think that a running, driving A-body should still be $800. That's just
no. And I'm sorry, Jeremy, what did you say price-wise on the 73?
The 73, like $1,800 probably.
18, and is this a parts car only?
Parts only. Anything's available off that except for the deck lid.
Okay.
This one, if you see anything you need off the Valiant, let me know. Like I said, I'm undecided on the front, but if you really need it, give me a realistic offer and we'll talk.
Okay.
Got a little Trail 90 Honda. I actually have the engine and everything for it.
Nice.
That could be sold if somebody needs it. Like $300.
Sweet.
67 Dart, parts only. Anything on it is available. It's just a slant 6 car. It's a really rusty New York car.
Okay.
But there's parts, trim, and whatnot. So if you see anything.
Oh, I mean, it looks like it's a pretty complete car.
It's actually all there. It's just rusty frame rails and everything.
Yeah, you can see the bubbling here, rust in the wheel wells. But it's not smashed, and it's got a ton of good parts on it. This would make a great donor car for somebody. All right, and then...
So 67, parts only. Super rusty, like frame rails. I mean, I can stand right here and look through the trunk floor. It's that bad.
Oh yeah. What trunk floor?
Look, the car's sitting all funny. The cross members all rust out. The torsion bar is actually broken. It's junk. So parts only. So
if you need parts off of this or that 67.
Or this one, there's 67 GT convertible.
Another 67 convertible.
And that's parts only. And that car is just, again, it's so rusty. It's not worth even attempting.
Yeah, it's got all the canopy stuff. So the special stuff. Back seat special too, right? Yep. Somebody out there with a convertible needs these parts.
Most of that stuff's all compatible 67 to 69.
Okay. Wow. Very cool. All right.
So we got a 67 Barracuda notchback. This car potentially could be sold, but I'll only sell it on one condition. And that's that it goes to another YouTuber and it's for some sort of competition like duct tape and it's going to be built. That's the only condition I'll sell the car as a whole.
Okay.
Otherwise it's going to be parts. But I just think this would be an absolute fun car to just, I mean, put some cool drivetrain in it and just leave it all beat to hell.
Yeah.
And run it down the drag strip. And then part it out after the care strip. Just go have fun with it. That's what I'm about, having fun.
Dude, that is awesome.
If I didn't have so many that we were working on ourselves, I would do it.
Yeah.
I would even leave the price on the fender. And I mean, there's a front. The only thing I don't have is a hood. I think I have the bumpers. Me and Sam, we talked about actually building it. We're just going to put little round lights in the back, and we're going to do like an eBay twin turbo. Just try to throw it together for nothing.
Dude, very cool. Well, there you go. If you're a YouTuber, you want a project. What did you say? Free? Did you say free?
I won't give it for free.
Okay.
It'll be really cheap.
Really cheap. Really cheap.
Otherwise, I'll part it out.
Otherwise, it gets parted.
And it's, like I said, there's those stipulations.
Yeah. It's got to be competition, YouTube channel.
So,
They can do what they want. If they wanted to fix it up, they could, right? But, or does it have to stay ratty?
I would like to see it this way. If they were, If somebody's going to do that, but I mean, if somebody's serious, let's talk. We'll figure something out.
Sounds good. Cool. All right.
So this one,
Dart Sport.
This one is another one of those perfect example. Nobody wanted to pay for a whole car. This is a factory red with stripes, sunroof, V8, air conditioned, console, all of that stuff. This was a complete car when I got it. Nobody wanted it. So
it became a parts car.
Pretty much, it's getting pretty strict. It was a California car, very solid. It's just the wrong year, being a 75. Nobody wants a 75. I think it's even a 200 tag car.
Really? Wow.
And I have the build sheet and everything for it. Yeah, 200 tag A body.
Look at that.
So.
Insane. Well.
But again, I can only hold on to them so long as a project.
Yeah.
Got to get my money back so I can keep going. And
Yeah. Move on to the next one.
This, that's all parts. I don't even know what to say about that thing.
Slant 6?
Someone's literally dropped a 318 in there.
Okay.
It's not even sitting straight. It does have big bolt pattern disc brakes.
Okay, I was going to say disc brake, big bolt pattern. Parts only.
Parts only.
I see Charger 73 or 4 Charger grill pieces in there. And the quarters wiped out. But if you need parts, email Jeremy. You know who it is. All right, so these are the fenders you and Terry were talking about.
From T's
Good Times Garage. Yep.
T's Good Time Garage. They're still here.
Very cool. Oh, and an 8 3/4 housing just laying on the hood of a car. Is this an A body?
Probably not.
Probably not.
I don't actually know. Probably a B body.
All right.
I'd have to measure it. Actually, no, I do know what that one is. That's a 68 to 70 B body.
Oh, okay.
So that was one I drug down to Van Nuys, that one and another one to let a guy take his pick.
Oh, okay.
So
how much you sell the housings for?
100 to 150. So
okay.
Usually.
Cool.
74 Satellite. This one's parts only. Interior and engine and trans are sold out of it, but everything else is available. Oh, and the bumpers and grill are sold.
Okay. Oh, the keys are in the ignition even.
This was
Interior's nice.
Complete car that was supposed to run.
Oh. I won't show the sign there.
Oh, yeah. See, I did try to sell it as a whole car.
Well, there you go. You could have bought this car for $52.50
or less.
or less. Make an offer. Here, let me get a close up.
But now it's parted, so.
But nobody jumped on it quick enough, so it's being parted. Bummer. All right, well this is one that can be saved, right?
Yeah, the interior is all sold out of it, but we could make an interior, I'm sure. This one could be sold as a project, has a froze up 318, it's pretty rusty, but I have a title still for it, so it can...
Anybody is so inclined. It's definitely got some good parts on it. And interior looks nice too, but they're sold. Interior sold.
This one's also 73, parts only, engine and trans are sold, and I think the grill and bumper off this one's sold as well, but anything else is available.
Okay. Bucket seats, center console.
Yeah,
Is that right?
68 to 70.
Yeah, I was gonna say that looks like a early. That does not look right. The seats are right though, right?
I actually am not sure.
I think they look right. Well, they might be 72, because I think 72s are like that. Some cancer. All right, cool. Very cool.
This one's 73, parts only, anything's available.
Man, if somebody has a 73 or 4 Plymouth, they need parts, you are the guy to see. This one breaks my heart. I know it's a 4-door. And, but dude, if that car was complete and able to easily, cheaply run and drive again, I would be all over that car.
What if I told you that it was?
Uh-oh, then I'd say...
this one actually was. It was really complete, really pretty solid. The transmission was sitting in the trunk. But we got this one for a couple reasons. We needed some parts for the Inviolate Roadrunner that DJ built that we had at Matt's.
Yep.
And then I sold the whole front clip to a guy that's putting together a 70 GTX.
Okay.
So, I mean, everything's went to good places.
Okay.
But it was actually a pretty solid car.
Is it savable? Or is the title turned in or whatever?
I think the title's...
You think it's what?
I think the title's sent in. So.
Oh, okay. So it's too late. Yeah.
It had, and this was actually a sport satellite too. So it had the cool bench with the fold-down armrest and everything.
Oh, wow.
Which can be converted to fit a 2-door pretty easily. So we had it.
Wow. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. I would roll it, man. I totally roll this thing. But, you know, like now, even if you told me, yes, you could save this car, it would cost so much money to try to find deck lid, fenders, grill.
A 70 satellite Roadrunner deck lid in good solid shape.
Yeah.
For $500 easy, all day long.
Jeez.
And front fenders, $1,000 aside for really nice front fenders, all day long, really easy. So
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, if I find another one, if another one falls out of the sky and I need any of this, I'll definitely let you know. But I'm not looking. I've got too many of my own projects. So
if you see anything that you need off of it, let me know. But I'm not in a hurry to sell that just because we have so many B bodies. Like the frame rail and everything out of that could go in my Roadrunner.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's
huh?
Isn't that cool view?
It is.
Two cars from anywhere you want it.
I think I'm gonna take a picture.